Howdy folks and welcome. I hope this finds you well. Today I have the great pleasure in talking about World of Warcraft's 9th expansion, The War Within. I'm super excited to share my thoughts about the campaign and everything surrounding it without getting into any spoilers. So let's get started. War Within evoked a lot of emotions that Shadowlands or Battle for Azeroth did not. Whether that was War Within's beautiful landscapes, making me feel like I was exploring a completely new land, or the insanely detailed art and level design that made me feel like I was 12 years old playing Classic again. You have your classic Blizzard characters, tropes that have been around since Warcraft 3.
I have no light.
From birth, the light in your eyes held such promise.
The light is my strength.
And it all comes together in generally the best way possible for a WoW expansion. I had a lot of fun. And I mean a lot of fun. War Within doesn't do anything revolutionary. It adds on to what we've known from Shadowlands and sort of Battle for Azeroth. For example, how the campaign is laid out, world quests, renown. You won't find anything groundbreaking, but what you will find is refinement. And that's a really good thing. I can't stress this enough. War Within felt different in a really good way. I kind of wanted to do every single side quest as well. Plus the new dungeon systems and heroics haven't even been unlocked yet. Now, disclaimer. Before we get into the nitty-gritty audio, visual, gameplay sort of review, we have to make sure that we're all on the same page. This is not the same World of Warcraft that you played in 2014, 2012, 2008, 2004. And if you've been playing since 2008, you already know that. And we need to get rid of that notion that somehow World of Warcraft would come back to our nostalgia. No, this is a newer game or a different game, and that's okay. I've loved WoW for 20 odd years. Some years I've played more than others. For the last two expansions, I'll be honest, I binged through them within a month or two and then completed everything I wanted to do and left it until the next expansion. Like the water cycle, but for World of Warcraft. Regardless though, whenever a new expansion for World of Warcraft comes out, it's an event. And I think Blizzard has honed in on what makes a fun campaign.
Leave new friends, elemental present, and closed door behind.
It was kind of hard to get back into my rotation as Demon Hunter since, again, I hadn't played the game for at least 9 months. But once I got the hang of my character again, I had so much fun in almost every single encounter. Now, I do have some semblance of a life, so I did not complete the campaign with multiple characters. As I said before, I used my Demon Hunter that I had for Dragonflight, and I loved choosing my Demon Hunters since it felt like War Within was designed, at least level-wise, for someone that could jump from far heights and not take damage. As I said before, there's nothing revolutionary to this expansion. If you've played WoW before and you didn't really get into it, this won't change your mind. But I was really encouraged by the sense of detail when it came to certain side quests or areas of the map. It also helps while going through the campaign that you do feel more powerful each upgrade you get. I realize it's an expansion. That happens all the time. It happened in Burning Crusade. But it felt really organic in War Within, which I enjoyed. And of course there is grinding in this game. It's an MMO. You do get a lot of reputation organically through completing the campaign. I wouldn't worry too much about the renown grind since it comes naturally. Another addition to the gameplay that I readily enjoyed was the delving dungeons. I don't really know how to describe them, but they're called delving. Delving is like Bloodborne's Chalice dungeons, and a interesting move, which I agree with from Blizzard's standpoint. I always think that MMO should have more oriented single player content as well as multiplayer content. I think of RuneScape as the perfect example. I can literally do whatever I want solo, but if I wanted to join a group of people, I could. And I think that's what World of Warcraft is trying to do with these solo content. And I think they did a good job with the delves because there's, you know, a lot of content, and we'll get into the level design. I hope that Blizzard can co-develop the solo leveling or the solo content as well as, you know, raiding and multiplayer content. In a way, it's like a single player Torghast. And if you like that kind of style, you're going to like this. If you didn't, I don't know, I would definitely check it out just for the level design and the interiors, because they did a really good job with them. It almost felt Diablo-like, if I can say that. What I found intriguing about delving is not only the fact that you're getting good equipment or the treasure rooms, which felt rewarding, it was the fact that each delve dungeon felt unique. It does have repetitiveness, like finding the candle or finding the apparatus to dispel the poison, which I don't technically love, but at least it made you think. No, what I really liked about the delve dungeons is just how beautiful and diverse they were. It was something I was not expecting when it comes to World of Warcraft, a more concise, smaller area. And I wonder if you felt that too. Open world as well is sort of like that. You don't have these huge swaths of land without anything, just to create the sense of grandeur. You had what I felt like sort of open world Elden Ring feeling, where yes, it is open, but there was always something to explore, which is a great feeling, especially for World of Warcraft.
Go forth. Become Elden Lord.
Anyways, I can tie up the gameplay in one sentence. If you liked WoW at all in the last 10-15 years, you're probably going to like this expansion. If you didn't, or you were on the fence, I would just try it just to see. Maybe you like the rotation of a new class, or you want to try an older class that you haven't in a while. If there's a 7-day trial, try it out. It's just, even for the land, it's cool. Huge improvement that I noticed were the graphics. This is probably the best looking WoW expansion I've ever seen. From the character models in and out of cutscenes to some of the landscapes that you'll be exploring, I never felt like something was copy and pasted. Blizzard's art team truly knocked this out of the park, and they deserve every single bit of praise. Each city in the expansion felt unique and had their own vibe. You're going to be traveling from gigantic stone cities to small taverns getting around with friends to a pseudo Naxxramas underneath the earth. I mean, how cool is this? I'm telling you, no matter where you are in the expansion, you're going to be looking around and going, whoa. The map is not huge or overwhelming, something I was alluding to earlier. The map feels concise. You won't be looking around for 18 minutes to find hellbores in Hellfire Peninsula. Also, with Dragonflight in this expansion, getting around is super easy and also adds this just visual flair that, again, it just adds to the layers of the feeling you get while playing. Not necessarily doing something for the gameplay, but the feeling, the zeitgeist. If you understand what I mean, I hope you understand what I mean. Sometimes it's not about the actual gameplay, it's about how the person feels playing it. And that's super important. Would love to get your 2 cents on how you felt about the map and the areas that you're exploring now. Briefly, I want to talk about the sound design within War Within, because I actually really enjoyed the soundtracks and the OST.
It's done.
The core way is severed. You will never reach the Harbinger. Expected inside the first facility on your left. Welcome. I'm Executor Mizrak. The High Speaker has spoken.
I think War Within does an excellent job at pacing its score. You'll have these really epic moments that truly fit with the violins or the orchestra, but then you have really serene moments of calm and peacefulness where I could just see this as a YouTube video for 3 hours and just putting it on the background. I think, again, it adds to that layering of the world that they created. You have the visuals, you have the gameplay, you have the audio. I mean, this is the whole package, right? I don't know how many people play with the music on, let alone the sound, but I would say play with the music while entering new areas, or just have it on for the campaign. The music and sound effects really up the ante of what War Within is delivering.
But that sword was aimed at someone.
And finally, I want to talk a little bit about the story, and I promised no spoilers. Blizzard has made World of Warcraft into a soap opera. And if you're angry about that, you didn't let go of what World of Warcraft was. This is what World of Warcraft is, and that is okay. I grew up on the grittier depictions of Azeroth. This is not a kind or peaceful land, right? That doesn't really sell sometimes, especially when you're trying to go for a mass audience. So Blizzard still wants to use the motifs and tropes of dark, light, ambiguity, evil, but they do it in a way that is campy and sort of whimsical.
What is this? What are you doing, my son? Succeeding you, father.
At least you take action, Stonehead. That's better than other Earthen.
If you're coming into War Within thinking you're going to get the complexities of Hamlet, you're wrong. If you think you're going to get the Beekeeper level of story and still enjoy it, you might be spot on. I really enjoyed certain plot points and characters returning, plus there were some really good little surprises, and I was always ready for the next cutscene or little bit of lore. I also really liked the side characters that you'll meet along the way, and some of the creatures that inhabit the Isle. Blizzard has a knack for being able to blend lighthearted comedy with some heavy tropes and themes. I think I'm at the age where any new expansion won't be as nostalgic or hard-hitting as, let's say, Burning Crusade or Northrend, but I think War Within has the possibility of doing that for the new generation of WoW players, even though someone needs a lot of catching up to do with the story. Now, are there downsides to this expansion? Absolutely. I'm more of a cup half full kind of guy, but I cannot recall the last time that I had to repeat a certain quest so many times in an expansion. You have to rescue so many damn NPCs without any bandage or any spell. It's just right click on these poor souls. I mean, it was to the point where you would go to one of the new places and it would just automatically be, well, you gotta right click on the people and help them out. Even more apparent is that there were side quests that actually made you kind of think, at least for WoW standards. There was also a lot of server issues, which I hadn't experienced in a long time, from lag to clicking on NPCs and no quests or anything coming up. I even had a teleporting back glitch happen to me where I had been killing monsters and then I disconnected from the server. Coming back, my character was where it was 5 minutes before, and that has never happened to me in WoW. Luckily, I didn't lose anything, but it was just an odd thing. I just find it a little interesting that the early access has these server issues when a load of people are going to be loading in today. One of the new additions that I found very odd were the AI dungeons. Now, this is a little different than the Delve dungeons, since that is just completely solo plus with Bronzebeard. No, these are instances that you can run with regular people. You can also run with an AI crew. I mean, a totally automated AI crew. And we went through the first instance super quickly. I don't know how to feel about this, since it is cool to see what AI just on a programming level can do. But what does it mean for your dungeon level designers that AI are just running through this? Again, going back to solo content, I enjoy that it's there and solo content should be there. I still don't know how I truly feel about going through a dungeon with AI. It was jarring to say the least, but it's not bad. It's just not good. I would love to hear what you think. If you're looking at War Within to revolutionize World of Warcraft or change MMOs of the present day, look somewhere else. The War Within does not revolutionize World of Warcraft. What it does do is refine the elements that I truly like and I think other players resonate with as well, but tone down some of the more egregious things of expansions past.
Now the settlement has sent word that they need our help.
I think War Within truly delivers on the epicness of World of Warcraft itself, the beautiful landscapes that you get to explore, and a ton of things along the way. Plus, the actual dungeons, heroics, mythics, and then the raids, there's a lot to look forward to. I am interested to see where I stand on this expansion in 2 months from now, because playing when an expansion comes out and 2 months after are kind of two different games, so we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I would love to hear your thoughts on your favorite expansions in World of Warcraft. Did you like War Within? Do you like War Within? Are you playing now? Did you buy the expansion early? If you really enjoyed the video, check out my channel. There's something there for everyone. I guarantee it. And as always, see you next time.
You must rally the Horde and lead your people to their destinies.
I can do that. Be happy to.